live-streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but it's broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Hockey. With the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ant in action. Get mad about blue.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Lucas for shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com. We are coming to you live from Culver Community School here in Culver, Indiana, as we will have our first game on tap this morning between 21st Century and Elkhart Christian Academy this morning here early on a bright, crisp morning here in Northwest Indiana. The two teams are on the court. Got about 8 minutes before we get things underway here at Culver Community School. Well, these two teams will play, the winner of this game will play the winner of our second game of the day between Blackhawk Christian and Covington Christian. That game will come live here on Summit City Sports at 7 o'clock. So the two teams will continue their warm-ups, and in about 3 or 4 minutes we'll take a look at the two teams. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinating care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, Parkview Sports Medicine wants to be your go-to for all local sports with scores and highlights for all area schools. Parkview Sports Medicine wants to celebrate the accomplishments of the athletes on and off the court. To make Parkview Sports Medicine a part of your team, give us a call at 266-4007 or log on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Parkview's new Ortho Express Clinic is your new home for all your orthopedic needs. Instant access to physicians, x-rays, physical therapy, and our sports dietitians are all at your fingertips at the new Parkview Ortho Express inside the Parkview Sports Medicine Ortho Express Clinic inside the Parkview Fieldhouse. We meet the athletes when and where they are playing inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse with evening and weekend hours. Parkview Ortho Express. Learn more at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Teams are headed off the court real quick. We got one last announcement here before we take our final break, before we have the starting lineups here at Culver. Big Eyed Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at historic 1502 North Wells Street, you can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegas Road and the Express North location at 10,380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4-star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find us at originalbigeyedfish.com or bigeyedfishexpress.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the two teams in our first regional game here at Culver Junior Senior High at Culver High School. You are watching regional basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to today's regional at Culver High School in Culver, Indiana. 21st Century will take on Elkhart Christian here in our first game of our doubleheader. We'll have a second game coming up around noon where it'll be Blackhawk Christian. They'll take on Covington Christian here at Culver. And that game will start at about noon. So let's take a look at these two teams. First of all, Gary, 21st Century comes into this game 20-6 overall. Elkhart Christian 19-6 overall. The head coach is Rodney Williams. He's 120-85 in his 9th year at Gary 21st Century. Ryan Culp is 105-75 in his 8th year at Elkhart Christian. And Culp is 17 years overall. He's 223-156 in his 17th year of coaching high school basketball. Staggering ratings for Gary 21st Century checks in at 78.37. That's good for 73rd overall. 6th in Class 1A. Elkhart Christian, 63.66. That's good for 208 overall in the state, 20th in Class 1A. The last outing for 21st Century was they defeated Westville in the sectional championship, 81-37. Elkhart Christian defeated Oregon Davis in a close game in the sectional championship, 49-46. These two teams have never met before, so somebody will hold an advantage after our first game. Like I said, 21st Century, 21-6, coached by Rodney Williams. They are an independent school, and they got here by virtue of beating Washington Township 76-51. They beat Westville 81-37, and in the championship game, they beat Morgan Township 76-51 at the Couch Sectional earlier last Saturday. Their last loss came to Indy House 79-72. Ryan Culp, the head coach of Elkhart Christian, they're 19-6. They are presently on a 5-game winning streak, is Elkhart Christian. Their sectional path here to the regional includes wins over Argo, 57-32, Culver Community, 61-39, and Oregon Davis, 49-46 in the championship game to advance here to the Culver regional, and that was a Culver sectional last week that they won. So they are very familiar with the surroundings here at Culver High School is Elkhart Christian Academy. Their last loss was all the way back on the 16th of February to Northwood, 55-43. The two teams continue their warm-ups here. My name's Ryan Dellinger. I'll be your host here all day at Culver Community. At halftime, we'll try to have scores from around the area. We may try to line up an interview with the head coach of the Blackhawk Christian Braves as they will play in our second game today as they take on a very good Covenant Christian team out of Indy in our second game. Right in front of me, we've got Gary, and they are finishing up their warmings. The 21st Century team will be dressed in their black uniforms today, it looks like. Black pants, and Elkhart Christian will be in white uniforms, white pants, and some blue trim on there. So the two teams ready to go. It'll be the Cougars versus the Eagles. We'll take our final timeout, and we'll have the starters when we come back live here at Culver Community High School. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
For an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
The clock ticks down to 0 here at Culver Community High School, where we will have our first game between 21st Century out of Gary and Elkhart Christian from Elkhart. We will have the starters and probably the national anthem here shortly here on SummitCitySports.com.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at the IHSAA event. Let's afford the student, athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is expected. Please enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
There's our national anthem, and we'll have our starters for you here coming up shortly here at Culver High School. Looks like it'll be purple letters and numbers for Elkhart, white uniforms, black uniforms for 21st Century with red numbers and letters.
For the first game. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Gary 21st Century Cougars. Number 1, Triante Lomax. Number 3, Christian Rogers. Number 11, Robert Mitchell. Number 12, Triante Hayes. Number 15, Devondre Velez. Number 21, Nico Heller. And number 25, Melvin Cunningham. And now for the starters for the Cougars. Number 5, Torrance Hayes. Number 10, Jamel Davis. Number 13, Taiwan Hayes. Number 14, Edwin Hardiman. And number 22, DeAndre Golston.
So your starters once again for the Cougars are Hayes, Davis, Hayes, Hardiman, and Golston.
Now for the Elkhart Christian Academy Eagles, non-starters. Number 20, Bryce Corson. Number 22, Joe Dyka. Number 30, Jackson Farr. Number 32, Desmond Wilkins Maxwell. Number 34, Charlie Maxwell. And number 42, Seth Jahiniak. And now the starters for the Eagles. Number 3, Gabe Carter. Number 10, John Burns. Number 11, Jacob Maxwell. Number 12, Luke Burns. And number 24, Weston Sage. The Eagles are coached
Your
by
starters once again for the Eagles of Elkhart Christian Academy would be number 3, Arter, number 10, Burns, number 11, Maxwell, number 12, Burns, and number 24, Sage. The two teams on the court, we are ready to go here from what looks to be a very well constructed tournament here, as the teams are all fairly equal as we start play here at Culver Community High School. Our officials on the court, 3-man crew. It'll be number 13 for Gary jumping up against number 24. That'll be Sage up against Hayes, and we are ready to go for regional play here in the state of Indiana. Hayes with his hands up. It's tipped and controlled by Sage, and it goes back to number 10. That's Burns, Jay Burns, and he'll give the ball to Sage on the outside. 21st Century and man-to-man. They'll stand that good look underneath to Sage. He'll go up, put up the shot, and our first points of the game go to Weston Sage. Good look there by Elkhart as they ran a good quick set as they swung it from left to right and got a good shot underneath to Weston Sage. Gary 21st Century with the ball now. Golston with it. Very tall perimeter player. He'll go left side to Hayes. Gets the screen there, and he'll back out and kick it to the right side, and they'll go around to Golston. Golston will get cut off and throw it outside. A wide open shot. 3 on the way off the back of the rim and rebounded by Gary, and they'll call a charge as number 14, Hardiman, got the rebound, but he picks up a personal foul, and that will be the first foul on either team. And Gary 21st Century will now set up in a man-to-man full court press as the Eagles will try to get the ball inbounds. They'll inbounds it to number 3, Arter. Arter now back to number 10, Burns, and he'll bring it up court. Burns will go to the left now, dribble back to the right, picks up his dribble. Good backdoor cut there, good ball fake. Shot on the way, no good, and deflects around and goes right to the Eagles, and there's a travel. A rebound there by Arter, but he gave the ball up, and it turned into a turnover. And it'll be 21st Century ball as number 10 brings it up. That is Davis. Davis will give it up to number 5, Hayes. Golston running the baseline, comes out, pops out now. He had a good curl there, but they weren't able to get the ball to him early enough. So Golston will drive to his left, go baseline, get the baseline, get caught in the air, hits the back of the backboard. Turnover on 21st Century, and it's Sage with the ball now for the Eagles. Harder will give it up to Burns with 6:20 to play here in our first quarter. At halftime of the game, we'll try to give you scores from around the state as we can find them. So if you're at another game watching this, please tweet to us at 260sports and let us know scores. 3 ball on the way, and that's Gabe Arter with the first 3 of the game and an early 5-0 lead for the Eagles. Golston with it, he'll drive baseline, stops, Kicks it out, 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim, good rebound by Sage. So number 14 took the shot. That was Hardiman, no good inside to Sage. He gets position, throws it up off the backboard, hard off the backboard, and rebounded by Davis, and he'll push the ball for 21st Century. Good look underneath, but just a little bit too much mustard on it as he was trying to hit Taiwan Hayes. And we'll have our first sub of the game, and it'll be number 3 into the game. That is Rogers, Christian Rogers for 21st Century checks in. Number 14 checks out. That's Edwin Hardiman. Burns has it. 21st Century will stay in that man-to-man. Just a little bit of a pseudo press. Try to slow down the Eagles. Eagles in control here in the first quarter. Burns with it once again. He looks to the corner to Arter, but Arter will back out and they'll reset the offense. Good patience here by Elkhart. Elkhart will go left, and there's a foul on Golston. First foul on him, second team foul on the Cougars of 21st Century.
Number 22, DeAndre Golston, his first team second.
So it'll be Burns to inbounds. That's John Burns. He'll inbounds it, finds a wide open Arter. He'll kick it inside to Sage. He turns, and that's a charge. Sage ran right over, I believe that was number 3. Actually, it was number 10 he ran over, John L. Davis, and that's the first foul on him, the first team foul on Elkhart. Rogers will bring the ball up now. He looks for a screen. He'll go to the left wing to Hayes. Hayes wants to drive baseline. He gets the baseline into the lane, up and good for number 5, Hayes, and 21st Century on the board. They'll stay in the press will 21st Century. Elkhart showing great patience once again. There's almost a turnover. It's on the floor, picked up. 21st Century in the lane to Golston, and he'll hit the shot. 5-4. A turnover by Elkhart leads to an easy bucket. Arter with it once again. He'll kick it up top to Burns, back to Arter. Arter thinks about it, takes a look. He'll drive, kick it to the right side. Now back to Arter. And another turnover. Off to the races goes 21st Century. Left-handed shot missed. Rebounded by number 5 there. That is Hayes. He'll kick it out top to Golston. Golston will stop, drive in the lane. Gets one step, misses the shot, but right there's Hardiman with the rebound, and he's fouled on the wrist by number 12, Luke Burns. That'll be his first, team's second.
Luke Burns, his first team second. In the lineup for the Eagles, number 30, Jackson Long.
Jackson Long into the lineup. First Century will inbounds. They'll kick it up top now, and they'll do a ball rotation here as number 3, Rogers, kicks it around to Hayes on the left side. He looks at Hardiman, was open, missed him. Now they'll reset with Golston with the ball. Golston will go to the top of the key, kicks it to a wide open 21st Century player. Number 10, nice jumper there. Davis takes 2 dribbles in the lane, hits the shot. 1-point lead now for Gary. 5-0 run by Elkhart to start the game has been answered by a 6-0 run by 21st Century. Maxwell now outside to number 12 who just checked, or in Burns. He almost turns it over. I think they're going to call a foul on Rogers. They do call a foul on Rogers. That'll be his first, team's third. And into the game for looks like Arter back into the lineup for the Eagles. They'll look and give the ball to Arter. He looks to try to give it back to Burns, but nothing there, so he'll drive right. Double team coming, and right to Maxwell. Now he's double teamed. The speed of 21st Century starting to pick up. There's another turnover on Elkhart, their 4th. And it'll be 21st Century ball with 2:56 to play here in our first quarter. Remember, this is doubleheader action here on Summit City Sports today. We'll have our second game coming to you live here at Culver Community High School at noon. 3 on the way by Rogers, short off the front of the rim, rebounded by Golston. He'll shoot a 14-footer, rolls around and drops in. And I think we've got a timeout on the court, Elkhart Christian. And we'll see if it's a 30-second timeout. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here at Culver High School. Big Eyed Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and has been around Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at historic 1502 North Wells Street, you can also visit their express location at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location at 10,380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4-star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find us at originalbigeyedfish.com or bigeyedfishexpress.com. Like our Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at bigeyedfish.com. So an 8-0 run by 21st Century has propelled them into a 3-point lead with 2:35 to play here in our first quarter from Culver High School. Burns brings it up, guarded by Rogers. He'll dribble, cut off, and almost another turnover. He'll kick it to Sage. Sage will launch a 3 off the front of the rim and rebounded by Hayes, and he'll push. Good pass to Rogers, a no-look pass to Rogers. Hayes doing some magic here early with the points and dishing the rock. The pressure of 21st Century leading to all kinds of problems now for Elkhart. In the lane, there's a foul, I believe, on Burns as number 10, Davis, got into the lane. John L. Davis was fouled. It'll be the third team foul. It's on John Burns, his first, team's third. Lomax into the game. Hayes checks out for 21st Century. Good job there by Hayes. Doing a nice job with controlling the offense thus far for 21st Century. Wide open 3 on the way. Good. That's number 25 who just checked in, Cunningham. And an 8-point lead. Under 2 minutes to play. Burns almost has his pocket picked. He picks up his dribble. He turns, kicks it underneath, too far out of the reach of Arter. And it'll be another turnover on Elkhart. 13-0 run by 21st Century here in the first quarter. They trailed by 5 and now lead by 8. Cunningham back to Golston, around to the outside to Lomax in the lane, outside to Rogers. He traveled, didn't put the ball down on time. That's a turnover on 21st Century, their third. It'll be Luke Burns to inbounds. He's got Arter and John Burns in the backcourt with him. There's a good look, back to Burns. He'll stop, dribble, gets cut off right at the timeline. Tough spot right there to get cut off. Now it's Burns, he'll cut, gets the ball ripped away by Davis, and he'll go coast to coast off the front of the rim, misses it. And Luke Burns, and I believe they'll call a foul on John L. Davis. It is on John L. Davis, his first. And that'll be the fourth on 21st Century. 1:09 to play here in our first quarter. Arter with the ball, he'll bring it up. He's hit one of the 3-pointers for Elkhart. Now to John Burns, he's got to get across the timeline. He does, barely. The good ball control that Elkhart showed early in the first quarter has gone away with the turnovers. Underneath the Sage, he's got position on Golston. He'll go up strong and hit the bucket. So the 13-0 run ends. Golston on the outside, and he's going to get called with a charge. And on Golston, that'll be his second. So he'll have to check out. Number 15 will check in, Velez. So Velez in, Golston out. Golston with 2 fouls. Probably won't see him much here in the first half. It'll be Elkhart to inbounds. They'll inbounds to John Burns. He'll kick it up to Arter. Arter will come across the timeline, pick up his dribble, look underneath for Sage. Sage will turn baseline. Nobody there. And he dunks it. So Sage with the dunk. He got position. And They're going to call a foul on, I believe, Luke Burns. And on Luke Burns, that will be his second, team's fourth. At the line shooting 2 will be John L. Davis. We'll have a sub at the next dead ball. The first free throw is coming here in our first quarter. And it's off the back of the rim. You can see that. It was going to be hard. Number 22 checking in for the Eagles. Niga into the game. So Nida in. Burns out with those 2 fouls. 21st Century can extend their lead. They lead by 4. Shots up and good. And the press still being applied. Good pass and bounce to Maxwell. He'll bring it up court, gets a step, picks up his dribble and gives it back to Burns. 15 seconds to play here in our first quarter from Culver Community. Dangerous pass, under 10 to play, still trapping. Arter with it, he pump fakes, shoots the 3 on the way off the backboard, and they'll call a push on Maxwell of Elkhart Christian Academy. Maxwell picks up his first, team's 5th. 1.8 to play here in our first quarter. Well, inbounds it to Cunningham. He'll launch a 3 from half court. It's good if it goes, it doesn't. And that will do it for the first quarter. It's 21st Century from Gary 14, Elkhart Christian Academy 9 at the end of 1. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll have the start of the second quarter here from Culver Community High School. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
We're back live here at Culver. Start of the second quarter underway, as it will be Cougars ball to start our second quarter. The first quarter was a quarter of runs. So Elkhart starts off with a 5-0 run, and then 21st Century answers right back with a 13-0 run, and then Elkhart goes on a 4-0 run to end the first quarter. Davis with it now for 21st Century. He'll get around Nida in the lane, pull up, shoot the shot, and hit it. John L. Davis with his 5th point. And the lead back to 7 for 21st Century. Dangerous pass to Arter on the left wing. He gets stripped from behind, pulls up, shoots off the back of the rim, and rebounded by the Velez of 21st Century. Good look inside to Davis. He'll go to the hoop and hit the shot. John L. Davis with the hot hand here early for 21st Century. Sage with it now. He'll stop, and he'll give it up to Burns. Back to Burns now from Arteman. Arteman, good look inside to Maxwell. He'll pull up, shoot the shot off the back of the rim, and it'll drop. Maxwell with his first bucket of the game, and the lead down to 7. Davis with it once again. Velez forgot to put the ball on the ground, and that's a turnover. Luke Burns will return for Nada. He'll check out. Elkhart with the ball once again, dressed in white, purple letters and numbers. 21st Century, and they're all blacks, red letters and numbers. Good cross-court pass underneath to Maxwell. He'll catch it one step and hit the bucket. Maxwell got behind the defense that time, and Elkhart made him pay. Rogers will bring it up. A long 3 on the way off the front of the rim. No good, and Sage with the board for Elkhart. And John L. Davis will get hit with a cheapie as he saw a high bounce, tried to reach in there and slap it away and got called with the personal. So Davis with his second. Looks like Hayes will check back in for Rogers for 21st Century. And I see Golston up off the bench for 21st Century, and he's going to check in as well as he'll walk up to the score table here with 6:20 to play in our second quarter, early here on Summit City Sports for me doing a game. So it'll be inbounds to Arter and now back to John Burns. He'll be guarded there by Hayes of 21st Century. He'll come across the timeline behind the back, keep his dribble, picks it up now, finds Sage on a curl move, up and over Golston, but Golston enough there to make him get a little distracted and comes up with the rebounds. Good look, as Velez cut, the ball was just thrown short to him by Lomax and a turnover. So Maxwell out and now into the game for the Eagles, number 30. That is Jackson Clark, seeing his first action here in the regional. Always exciting times in high school basketball when you make this round of the tournament. You know, if you win 2 today and 1 next week, you'll advance to your state championship. Good look. No good there. Three-pointer as Cunningham comes soaring in for the rebound. He'll kick it right side. Lomax launches a left-handed three-pointer. That's way off and rebounded by Sage. There's a turnover by Elkhart. Velez right to the basket, and I think they're going to call a push on Sage. Might have been a travel before the foul. It'll be the 6th team foul on Elkhart. They trail by 5. It's on Sage, his second. See if they'll leave him in the lineup. At the line shooting 2, Velez. His first one up and good. And the lead now 6. One shot coming here for Velez. His team leads 19-13, 5:24 to play. Second one up and good. He knew that right away. As soon as he let it go, he started back towards the backside of the court. Quickly across the timeline comes Elkhart. They'll kick it outside to Alter. He'll pull up, shoot a 13-footer, and it's good. Arter with his second bucket of the game. Golson will launch a 3. Off the front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by John Burns. He'll throw it up quickly to Sage. Sage will go right at Golston. Both of them with 2 fouls. And it's a 3-point game with 4:50 to play here in our second quarter. And a good look inside to Golston. He lost the ball, and it goes back to Elkhart. Now they got to be careful. They get it taken away. Hayes with it. He's fouled from behind by Arter, who just did not see anybody coming up behind him on that play. Nobody told him. And it'll be 1-1 time now for Hayes of 21st Century. Subs will check in. Number 3 back into the lineup. Rogers in, and he'll replace Lomax.
1-1. 5-4 Hayes.
So Hayes will shoot 1-1. Here's his first one. It's up off the back of the rim and rebounded by John Burns. They'll bring it up, guarded by Cunningham. They'll throw it to Arter. Arter will drive baseline. Looks, and turns it over to right into the hand of a defender quickly up the court, 21st Century. That's a travel. Both teams with, Elkhart with 8 turnovers, 21st Century with 7. 4:17 to play here in our first half. Arter will give the ball back to Burns, and now Hayes will come up to guard him. Both teams in the bonus for the rest of the first half. Burns almost loses control of the ball, almost traveled. Good look inside to Burns. He'll pump fake, throws it up, gets hacked, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. The first 2 free throws coming for the Eagles of Elkhart Christian. They'll call the foul on number 15, Velez. He'll pick up his first. Both teams with 17 fouls. We have a sub coming in at the next whistle. So it'll be number 12 at the line, Luke Burns to shoot. Burns will launch, and it's good. So Burns with his first points. Hardiman back in the lineup for 21st Century. And it's down to a 2-point game. It'll be Burns to shoot a second. He can trim the lead to 1. With exactly 4 minutes to play here in our first half as Golston skies for the rebound. 2-point lead for 21st Century. See if they run a good set. When they did in the first quarter, they got really good shots in the lane. In the lane goes number 3, misses the shot, rebounded by Burns. So Rogers misses an easy shot, and now he picks off a pass, goes to the hoop, gets it blocked. And they'll call a foul, I believe, on Rogers of 21st Century. Coach Rodney Williams up off the bench for 21st Century, telling his guys to calm down. The foul's on Rogers. Rogers will pick up his second. At the line, shooting 1-1 will be number 10, John Burns. Crowd starting to grow here because the Blackhawk Christian fans have arrived, and they have arrived in force. About an hour and 45-minute drive from the northeast part of Fort Wayne. The lefty shot up and good. Burns on the board. It's a 1-point game. They'll have a chance to tie it with 3:38 to play here in our first half. Burns will shoot the second. Good rotation. And we're tied up. The turnovers for both teams have played huge factors in the runs by both teams. Golston with it. He'll back out. Golston's a good-looking player. 3 on the way off the front of the rim. No good by number 14, Hardiman, and rebounded by Arter. Elkhart has a chance to regain the lead, something they haven't had for quite a while. If number 3 Arter would have backdoor cut on Hardiman there, he'd been wide open underneath the basket. It'll be Luke Burns to the baseline. He's cut off, runs right into a double team. He'll kick it to his brother, John. John will bring it back out. Reset the offense, 3 minutes to play, and now to his brother Luke. Gets tipped away by Golston, a turnover, 10th turnover, and now it'll be a chance for 21st Century to take the lead. Hayes with it, Rogers with it, he'll shoot a 3. Quick 3, and it's good. Rogers averaged 6 points per game, and now he's got 5. Burns back to Burns. Burns will stop. He'll throw it. Picked off again by 21st Century. Rogers to Felez, up top to Golston. Golston thinks about the 3, goes in the lane strong, up off the backboard, and he'll be fouled. I believe they'll call that on Burns. John Burns, I believe, of Elkhart. So John Burns will pick up his second. And Golston will go to the line to shoot 2. We'll have subs come in at the next whistle. It'll be Maxwell for Elkhart and Davis for 21st Century. Golston will eye the first. Good rotation off the back of the rim, and it rolls around and goes in. Golston with 5 points. Lead back to 4. Golston on the season averaging 22 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. He is the main weapon for 21st Century. The winner of this game will take on the winner of our second game today between Covington Christian Academy out of Indianapolis and Blackhawk Christian from Fort Wayne. Second one up and rolls around about halfway down, but Burns will come up with the rebound. A 4-point lead with 2 minutes to play here in our first half. Who will have the last run of the first half? Maxwell in the lane, cut off. He'll kick it to Sage. He'll launch a long 3. Off the back of the rim, tips around, and rebounded by Velez. Golston up the court. He'll kick it outside to a wide open Rogers. He'll launch another 3, no good, and rebounded by Burns again. His 4th rebound, and then a turnover. Good pick. Rogers in the lane, and he's hit from the side by Luke Burns after the turnover. 12 turnovers here in the first half for Elkhart Christian Academy. And I'm sure both teams, the head coaches, will address that at halftime as Luke Burns picks up his 3rd. Rogers will go to the line to shoot 2, and it looks like it will be a Clar back into the game for the Eagles at the whistle, and he does return, and he'll replace Luke Burns, the sophomore. And now we have a sub coming in, and it's for the shooter Rogers. I believe that's Cunningham at the table. One shot here, 1:51 to play here in our first half. And the shot is up and good. And Cunningham will replace Rogers, who checks out with his 6 points. Rogers didn't start, but he's done a nice job off the bench for 21st Century. At halftime, we'll try to get scores from the other regional games from around the state of Indiana. It's Maxwell with the ball, cut off there by Cunningham. Now a trapping full court press. Maxwell with a good ball fake. The Clark in the lane. He'll go up with it and hit the shot. Might have got away with the travel. Either way, it's good. 3-point lead now. Hayes with it for 21st Century. Out to Golston. Golston will reset the offense and go to Davis. Davis to Cunningham. And that ball's tipped away and picked off by Clark. He'll go the other way. Quick to the rim. Throws it up hard off the backboard. And it's Golston with the rebound. Sage almost picked up his third foul for Elkhart. Hayes with it. He'll pull up, shoot about an 8-footer. Air ball. And it'll be Arter with it, and he'll give it to Burns with 1:10 to play here in a very fast first half from Culver Community High School. Sage with it. He thinks about the three. Now he'll kick it up top to a wide open Maxwell. He has a block. Picked off. The ball will go the other way to Davis. He's fouled by Maxwell. On Maxwell, that will be his second. 21st Century now will be in double bonus the rest of the way here at Culver. So Davis at the line shooting 2. 55 seconds to play here in our first half. At halftime, we hope to have an interview with the Blackhawk Christian head coach, Mark Davidson. Shot up hard off the back of the rim. He's done that twice. As John L. Davis. The first one's been hard, and the next one has touched nothing but nylon. Here's a shot up, in and out, rebound. Oh no, it gets deflected away, and then Sage almost has it, loses it, and it goes to Cunningham. So another turnover. Davis to a wide open Hayes. He'll launch a three. It's off the side of the rim, deflected around, and it'll be Arter with the rebound. He comes up, finds Clark. Now back to Arter. He'll launch a wide open three. In and out. 3/4 of the way down, and it doesn't fall. Cunningham with the rebound. Golston will pull up, shoot a 15-footer off, in and out, rebounded by Clark. Up the court to Sage, and he'll dunk it again. Sage with another dunk. That brings the crowd alive for Elkhart. Everybody on their feet in purple. Under 10 seconds to play. It's Davis in the lane, splits a double team, up off the backboard and hits the shot. Maxwell's shot at the buzzer, no good, and that will do it for the first half here from Culver. It's 27-24 Culver. We'll take about a 5-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the head coach from Blackhawk Christian with us. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but it's broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
Plum with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
We're back live at Culver Community High School. As Culver has seen one heck of a first game here. It's 21st Century 27, Elkhart Christian Academy 27-24. The team's trading big runs and a lot of turnovers here in the first half to give the halftime lead to 21st Century of Gary, Indiana. I'm joined now by the Blackhawk Christian head coach, Mark Davidson. And Coach, I want to say I looked at your scores from this week since I was at another game, and I want to know, how did you keep your guys focused in that? You had a lot of big blowout wins, and a lot of guys got minutes, and how did you keep them focused during all of that? It's tough when you're killing teams, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and we've talked with our guys a lot about focus over the past couple of weeks. And, the nice thing about our group is we are so deep that we can create adversity for our guys in practice, and we've done a lot of that. And some of our best games have probably been on the practice floor, because we can just put a lot of guys out there that can do a lot of things. And so that for us absolutely helps. We've also got 9 seniors. I think that helps. They understand how this works, and they just want to keep the thing rolling.
Yeah, and I looked at these teams, and I thought, well, Blackhawk's just a giant team for 1A. Then I looked at the rosters here. Everybody's big. There's no little teams at this regional.
Yeah, there are three other good teams along with us, and so we're going to definitely have to be ready.
And your keys to stopping Covington tonight?
Well, for us, it's defensive energy and focus, and we've been talking to our guys about that really all year. And defensively, we've gotten so much better as the year has gone on, and we feel like we're peaking right now on the defensive end of the floor, and hopefully that will continue. And
you have a floor general out there. Jalen Mall has done a really nice job for you guys this season. Talk a little bit about that senior.
Well, Jalen's just been really good for us. I mean, he's extremely quick. He's an incredible penetrator, but he's worked really hard on his shooting. And, he's quietly become a really good three-point shooter. And, we had a sectional game. He made 7 of 8 threes, and he's capable of doing that any time. But he's also so good off the dribble and penetrating, and he's so unselfish. He just becomes really tough to guard.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we wish you luck here in our second game today here as you'll take on Covington out of Indianapolis, and we wish you the best of luck, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. That was the head coach of Blackhawk Christian. That is Mark Davidson. Had to swing him in early as his team has already gone to the locker room to get ready for our second game. He wanted to get a quick I needed to get an interview with him, but he had to change it up a little bit as the teams had to go into the locker rooms a bit early here at Culver. So we'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have scores from around the area here on
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
We're back live here at at Culver High School in Culver, Indiana. We are at halftime. It's 21st Century. They lead 24-27 over Elkhart. I'm looking around. I'm trying to find some scores for you from around the area. Trying to get the big one down at Kokomo between Northside and Zionsville. I'll keep scrolling here, see if I can get an updated score. At halftime, it's Zionsville leading Northside 27-25 at that regional down at Logansport. See if I can find any of the other scores for you here at halftime as these teams will move on. Well, the winner of this regional will move on. They will either go to Logansport or they will head to Huntington North next Saturday, and that will be semi-state round. One win and you're off to the state championship next weekend. Looks like 21st Century back out on the court. Let's take a look at now at the scoring for the two teams. First for Elkhart Christian Academy, it's Arter with 5, John Burns with 2, Jacob Maxwell with 4, Luke Burns with 1, Weston Sage with 10, and Jackson Clark with 2. For 21st Century, They got 6 from Christian Rogers, 2 from Torrance Hayes. They have 9 from John L. Davis, who really had the hot hand for most of the first half. If it weren't for those 2 fouls, he'd probably have a lot more points here in the first half. And then they got 2 from Velez, 2 free throws. Their leading scorer, number 22, DeAndre Golston, on the season. He just has 5 right now. And Melvin Cunningham with 3 for 21st Century. As we are still at half. The big thing here in the second half, I think, for both teams, they've got to eliminate the turnovers. Elkhart Christian with 13 turnovers in our first half. For 21st Century, they only had 8, but they were costly. They all came within a 3 or 4 minute span when they had a 13-point lead, and then Elkhart was able to chip away and they actually tied the game up at one point, I believe, at 20-20 before a 4-0 run by 21st Century gave them this 27-24 lead here at halftime at Culver High School in Culver, Indiana. The officials are back out on the court, and we'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half here at Culver High School. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Hockey with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit.
We're back live here at Culver High School, ready for the second half action. A 3-point lead now by 21st Century as we get underway, and it'll be Elkhart's ball to start this third quarter here from Culver High School. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Summit City Sports. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's John Burns on the right side now. He's going up against Davis. He'll jump in the lane, go up strong against Golson, miss the shot, and Davis will come up with the rebound, and he'll push. He'll get in the lane, go straight to the hoop, and they'll call a blocking foul, and the shot is good. So Davis with his 11th point, and I believe they'll call that foul on Maxwell. So it'll be the bucket's good, and it is on Maxwell, and that will be his third. First on Elkhart here in the second half. It'll be the hot hand for 21st Century, John L. Davis at the line. Davis now with 11 points, looking for 12. He'll launch it off the front of the rim, goes around and rebounded by number 14. And they'll call a foul on, that was Hardiman with the rebound and a foul, I believe, on Luke Burns. And if that's on Luke Burns, that's his fourth. So Burns picks up his fourth. And Nada into the lineup for Elkhart now. And they'll kick it up top to Golston. Wide open in the corner is Davis. 3 on the way, in and out. Rebounded there by, I believe, that's Hardiman. No, Taiwan Hayes gets his first bucket and a rebound. And the lead balloons to 7. Will the pressure of 21st Century be too much in the end for Elkhart Christian Academy? There's another turnover picked off, going the other way now. Davis to the hoop, and he'll hit the shot, and I think we'll have a quick timeout on the court. It'll be a 30-second timeout by Elkhart. And we'll stay right here. Big Eyed Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at historic 1502 North Wells Street, you can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location at 10380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4-star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find us at originalbigeyeedfish.com or bigeyeedfishexpress.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Our timeout is over. It'll be Elkhart with the ball. They trail 33-24 with 7:08 here in our third quarter. They'll call a foul now on, I believe, maybe on, well, it's either going to be on Hayes or Davis. And it is on Davis, and that'll be his third. That's a big foul. He's had a hot hand here already in the second half. Inbounded now to Arter. Arter will turn. He sees he's got Davis on him. Davis got to be careful. He'll don't want to pick up his fourth. And now Cunningham will pick, or Golston will pick him up. Arter stops, and that's a 10-second violation. The 15th turnover on Elkhart. So it'll be the ball will go back to 21st Century. Up off the bench is Clar. Clar will replace Nada. And he'll take a seat with 6:53 to play here in our third quarter as Hayes inbounds, and he'll find Davis. Davis will dribble to his left, gets a nice high double screen there, kicks it to Golston. Golston with just 5 points in the first half. Their leading scorer averages about 22 points a game. I really like his athletic ability. He can do a lot from the inside and the outside, and he's a very good rebounder. So it'll be Golston right side to a wide open Hayes. He'll elect not to shoot in the lane. Kicks it to a teammate, but gets called for a charge. So Hayes picks up his first foul, and the second on Elkhart here in the second half. 6:31 to play. It'll be Clar to inbounds for Elkhart. He'll look, can't find anybody. Now he finds Arter. Arter back to Clar, now to Burns, and Burns will quickly come across. Nope, he'll stop now across the timeline. He's trying to pick up a foul and does on number 14 on Hardiman. Hardiman just kept riding his hip the whole way. So second foul on Hardiman, third on 21st Century. That might be a way Elkhart can get back into this game if they can get to the foul line. Elkhart has yet to score here in the second half. They've got nothing from Sage yet. He's got two big dunks, and another foul on Hardiman. That was right in front of us as he just reached in and just slapped Sage. So he'll go to the bench, and number 25, Cunningham back into the game now for 21st Century. It'll be Burns to inbounds. John Burns. He'll look. Now he'll look. And throws it away, and it'll go right to one of the coaches. And the ball will go back to the Cougars. Since the ball was not touched on that side of the court, they'll come back over here to the near side and start this clock again with 6:22 to play. The winner of this advances to the winner of our second game tonight at 7 o'clock here in the championship game. The winner of this will take on Covenant Christian or Blackhawk Christian in the championship game. So nice set all the way around to Cunningham. He'll launch a three. That's short off the side of the rim. And the fifth rebound there by Burns for Elkhart. He's guarded by Hayes, and he'll give it up. Almost another turnover. Wide open. Arter will shoot a three. I thought that was good for sure. Good takeaway there by Golston. His fifth rebound. It'll be Hayes up the court. He'll dribble straight to the hoop. Gets bumped on the hip. No call. Davis with the rebound miss. And it'll be Burns once again with another rebound as Maxwell has it. He'll drive. Nobody picks him up. Oh, he missed the bunny and rebounded by by Burns, and Maxwell hard on the court. Davis up the court quickly. He goes up and he'll dunk it. The wheel's starting to fall off here for Elkhart. Burns throws it, does throw it away. They say that ball bounced out of bounds before. And now the head coach of Elkhart right in the ear of the official. Sage caught it. It looked like there was probably no way that ball was out of bounds. They change the call. The officials get together. They talk it over, and we'll change the call. We'll go the other way. It'll stay with Elkhart. Rogers, I believe that, or is that Lomax? Lomax up off the bench for 21st Century, and he'll replace Hayes. The big thing is here, once you get a lead, if you have depth on your bench, can you get some subs in? Especially if you're playing the second game of the night or the afternoon, where you'll have to play in short time frame. As Sage gets the ball and hits the bucket, and he's got 12. So if you can get some of your subs in, get some quality minutes, and give your guys some rest, it really helps you. As Lomax launches a three, no good, and a missed shot by number 13, Hayes, on the rebound, and we'll have a foul on the court. Hayes, could not buy it there. Clark will pick up his first. Team's third. It'll be Davis to inbounds. He'll give it to Golston. Golston will turn him face up. Now he'll reverse. He'll dribble down, back down. Sage, blocked by Sage. And now the ball's on the court, deflected out of bounds off of 21st Century. 9 turnovers on 21st Century. 4:47 to play here in our third quarter. Be interesting to see if Coach Rodney Williams pulls this press off here in the fourth quarter, try to give his guys a little bit of a break. It's Burns with it. He'll pick up his dribble. He fires it, tipped out of bounds by John L. Davis, and the ball stays with Elkhart. I want to thank you for watching today on SummitCitySports.com. Remember to follow us on Twitter at 260sports. You can like our Facebook page as well. We'd love to hear from you. Up the court quickly to Arter. He'll pull up, shoot a 14-footer, and good. My name is Ryan Dellinger. I'm the host for today's regional here at Culver. Lomax in the lane, and he'll hit the runner. Whistle on the court, and the ball's tipped out of bounds by Lomax, and Elkhart will have the ball with 4:22 to play. It's a very fast-paced game here. We came on air at 10 o'clock, and we are already halfway through our third quarter. We'll update you with scores from the other regionals, especially the Logansport regional. Another turnover. They'll call a foul on Lomax. His hand's just a little bit too quick there. He caught the wrist of Sage, and it'll be a foul on 21st Century. That'll be their fifth. So can Elkhart get themselves to 1-1 here quickly, where they can pick up some points with no clock running? It'll be John Burns to inbounds. He'll fire to Maxwell in the backcourt. He's guarded there by Golston. It's a tough matchup there for Maxwell with the length of Golston, and he does turn him over. Quickly he throws it up court to a wide open player, but he misses the shot. That was Lomax. We'll have a jump ball, and it'll stay with, I believe, 21st Century. So the Cougars will have it. Even 4 minutes to play here in our third quarter. It's been all 21st Century here in the second half. Golston with it now. Now up top to Lomax, and they'll reset the offense. Davis will go to the left side. He'll get the pass. I'll tell you, 21st Century, when they run their half-court sets, they get really good shots. Davis right to the hoop, misses the easy layup, and rebounded by Clark. Burns with it over to Clark. Clark now to Maxwell. Maxwell will drive, ball fake, shoots. Wild shot off the back of the rim, and Golston with his 7th rebound. Quickly to up the court to Davis. He's fouled there by Clark. Davis will go to the line to shoot 2, and that foul will be on Jackson Clark, his 2nd, team's 4th. John L. Davis having a good night. He's got 13. So Clark will pick up his 2nd. Davis will shoot up off the bench now. Rogers for 21st Century. He'll check in at the next whistle. Davis's shot up and good. That's probably one spot that 21st Century will look to improve as the game goes on, as they're foul shooting. They're shooting just 5 of 14 at this point. Davis's second one, up and good. So 6 for 14 from the line. Cross-court pass to Maxwell. He'll come across the timeline, give it up to Arter. He'll launch a three. Good. So Arter feeling it here in the second half. Big three-pointer for the Eagles. Turnover, and now it's Sage off to the run. Oh, and he's tripped on the court. That's gonna, if that's on Davis, that's gonna be his fourth. It's gonna either be on Rogers or Davis, and they'll say Davis. John L. Davis with his fourth foul here with 3:13 to play in our third quarter. The 21st Century fans don't like it. It was either going to go on Davis or Rogers, so Davis will check out. Number 15, Velez, back into the lineup for 21st Century. That's a big foul. The leading scorer out of the game with 15 points now for 21st Century. It'll be Arter to inbounds as we had some cleanup duty on the court. Arter to inbounds. He's a dangerous guy. Golston on him, and he'll get called for a kick. Yeah, if you're Golston, you got to know that they're probably running a set play. Now they'll switch it up and put Maxwell on as the inbounders. Golston will stay on him. He'll ball fake, kick it to Arter. He's open, three-pointer on the way off the back of the rim, and rebounded by Burns. He goes up and has it swatted away, but it goes right back to Elkhart. Klar over to Arter, back to Burns. Inside to Sage, he'll back down on Golston. He'll shoot it off the backboard and fouled. So 2 foul shots coming for Weston Sage. They'll call that on number 22, Golston. Now Golston with his third, and now Elkhart in the bonus the rest of the game. To mark it at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter, the 17th foul picked up by 21st Century will give Elkhart 1-1 the remainder of the game. Sage's first one up, oh, in and out. That rim just too much, too hard. So Sage will have a chance to cut into this 8-point lead. Sage had a good first half, had some real nice dunks in the first half. So Sage will launch, and it's good right over the front of the rim for the senior. And it'll be Golston across the timeline. He'll give it to Rogers. Rogers will patiently back it back out. He'll find Cunningham. Then he'll cut to the hoop, get the return pass. No good. Rebounded by Sage. And up the court quickly will come Elkhart as Sage now. Now he'll slow up right before the timeline. We've seen that numerous times by Elkhart. Klar strong to the hoop. He ball fakes, throws it up. No good. Rebounded by Maxwell. He kicks it up top to Burns. Burns outside now to Sage. He'll shoot a three. In and out. In and out, and Velez with the rebound. He'll go the other way. Ball fake to the hoop and hits the shot. Wow. That hurts right there when you're Elkhart. Sage in the lane, off the back of the rim. No good. Velez with the rebound. Quickly up the court comes Golston. He'll drive, pull up, shoot a 13-footer off the back of the rim and rebounded by Maxwell. Now Burns with it, and now we have a whistle on the court. I think we have a quick timeout on the court. It's a full timeout. So with that, we'll take a timeout. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to Culver Community High School in Culver, Indiana. It's 21st Century leading 41-32 over Elkhart here at the Culver Regional. Timeout on the court there by Elkhart. They just have 2 left here in the game. Trying to see if I've got any score updates for you from the regionals going on around the state. Nothing as of yet, so it'll be Elkhart to inbounds. It'll be Burns. He'll inbounds to Arter, back to Burns. And now up to Maxwell. Maxwell back to Burns and over to Arter. Arter will look and give it back. Could have been dangerous right there again with a 10-second call. Maxwell with it. He'll back out. Ball fake and over to Burns, and Burns will reset the offense with 1:30 to play here in our third quarter. Sage with it. Weston Sage will throw it to Maxwell. Over to a wide open John Burns. He'll launch his first shot of the game. Rebounded there by Arter, and his little floater drops. Arter with his 12th point. And the lead down to 7. Remember, Elkhart now in 1-1. Long 3 by Cunningham, off the mark and rebounded by Maxwell. Burns with it. He'll come across the timeline, give it to Maxwell, and he'll be slapped in the arm, I believe, by number 1 Lomax. So that'll send the lefty to the line. And it'll be the senior, John Burns, at the line, shooting 1-1. And now into the lineup, we number, looks like 13 checks back in. That is Hayes. Taiwan Hayes will replace Rogers. At the 1-1, at the line, shooting 1-1, John Burns. He can cut into the lead. This is a good time for Elkhart to get back into the game with them having the 1-on-1 shots coming. And there's the first one up and good. So John Burns, perfect, 3 for 3 from the line. 6-point game. Elkhart starting to chip into this lead by 21st Century. The winner of this will take on the winner of either Blackhawk or Covington Christian later tonight at 7 o'clock. The second one up and good. Five-point lead. Golston will back out. We're under 1 minute to play here in our third quarter. He's got Sage on him. That's a difficult matchup for Sage. Sage doesn't want to pick up a cheapie here right before we go to the fourth quarter. Hayes with it. He'll dribble, go baseline. Cut off there by Clark. He'll look. Picks up his dribble, and it's deflected around and picked off. And now Elkhart with a chance to take the last shot here. Good look inside to Maxwell. Back to Arter, wide open 3. He stepped right into it and hit it. Huge 3-pointer, 2-point lead with 20 seconds to play. So Elkhart has chipped, scrapped, clawed their way back into this game. It's Golston, he'll drive right. He's cut off, throws it inside to Hayes on the floor. They'll call a foul, and that'll be the 5th one on Elkhart Christian Academy. And we'll see who this foul was on. They'll catch somebody from behind. They'll say it's on number 10. Burns will pick up his 3rd. The team's 5th. Nada into the lineup, and quickly off the bench comes Nada. He's going to come in. I think he's going to replace Burns. Burns with 3 fouls. So they'll get him out for the last 6.7 seconds. Good call there by the head coach, Ryan Culp. He'll inbounds it to Cunningham. He'll give it to Golston. Golston dribbles, launches a 3. It's good if it goes. No good. Rebounded by Clark, and that will do it for our third quarter. A good quarter for both teams. At the end of 3, it's 21st Century 41, Elkhart Christian 39. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the fourth quarter here at Culver High School. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
For an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about...
We're ready for the fourth quarter here at the Culver Regional. 2-point lead by 21st Century over Elkhart. One score update from Logansport Regional. It is Zionsville leading Northside 46-45 with just 4 minutes to play. So can the Legends come back and win that game and advance to tonight's championship game? Well, they'll take on the winner of Carmel and Homestead. It'll be Elkhart ball. They have not led here in the second half. They trailed at halftime by 3, but they are in the bonus the rest of the way. Luke Burns with it, back in the lineup. He came back in. He's got 4 fouls. Arter with it, who had the extremely hot hand in the third. Back to Burns. 3 on the way. Good. If it goes in there, there's the lead right back to Elkhart. They lead by 1. They have not led here in this. They haven't even led since about the 5-minute mark, or excuse me, the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. They lead by 1 as Cunningham for 21st Century. You can feel the tension building here at Culver. There's a foul. Oh, if that's on Burns, that's going to be his 5th, and Davis will go to the line to shoot 2 as Davis back into the lineup with his 4 fouls. That's his 5th, so Luke Burns will be disqualified. Burns will leave the game with 1 rebound and 1 point, 2 rebounds. Into the lineup will be Clark. Jackson Clark will come back in. He played the majority of that third quarter. At the line shooting 2 will be number 10, John L. Davis. He's got 15. He can give his team a tie or the lead here from the foul line. First one up and good. We're tied up. Chance to give his team the lead. Second one, splash. One-point lead. It'll be Burns with the ball. Both teams will bring the bonus the rest of the way. And there's a dumb foul by Christian Rogers. That will send Burns to the line. Burns a very good foul shooter. See, I hear head coach Rodney Williams yelling no. And Hayes back up off the bench for 21st Century. And he'll check in for Rogers. At the line shooting 1-1 will be John Burns. All of Burns' points have come from the foul line. He'll shoot and good. Tied up at 43 with 7:10 to play. Second one also good. The lead back to Elkhart. Perfect 8 for 8 from the line are the Eagles. It'll be Davis over to Hayes. They'll clear out that left side. He'll drive baseline. Kicks it up to Cunningham. Cunningham in the lane and over to Golston. He'll fade away and shoot. And it's good. Wasn't sure if that was going to drop. It caught a lot of the rim. Rolled in, and it's almost a turnover as 21st Century's John L. Davis went right into the bench. See if Rodney Williams might do a little offense for defense here for John L. Davis. Elkhart with the ball. It'll be Burns to inbounds. And he'll have Clark running right at him, so he'll give the ball to Clark. Clark across the timeline, and then it's a backcourt violation. And honestly, that is just the third turnover in the second half for Elkhart. That's enough to give a coach gray hair or no hair plays like that. It'll be Davis to inbounds with 6:42 to play. 21st Century hasn't used any of their timeouts, so they're good right there. Elkhart with just 2 remaining here in this game. John L. Davis with the ball. 18 points on the night for Davis. I don't know, sorry, in the morning. An early morning game today. Another fadeaway, no good. Air ball goes right to number 15. That's a Velez, and he hits the bucket, his 6th point. So Velez in the right place at the right time on the air ball. Harder with it, behind the back, and over to Burns, and they're going to have to get across the timeline again. They'll pick it up and swat it away from behind. Turnover. Right to the hoop is Golston, and he'll drop it in over the rim. And almost another turnover. So Golston drops it in. That gives his team a 5-point lead with under 6 to play here at Culver. crowd really growing now as the Blackhawk fans and the Covenant Christian fans have began to get here at Culver High School. They're going to call a foul from behind, I believe, on number 15. Velez, and on Velez, that'll be his second, but that will send Sage to the line. Sage, the rim on this end of the court has not been kind to Weston Sage. He's had balls go about halfway down and pop out. So the senior standing 6'4", he'll shoot 1 and 1. His first one up and good. Actually, double bonus time now for Elkhart. Sage with a chance to cut into the lead. He can cut it to 3. And it's up and around and out. And rebounded by Golston. And then he almost turns it over. Davis catches the ball. He'll dribble the other way, kicks it to the outside. Hayes with it. He'll drive baseline, cut off, kicks it to Velez. He'll go hard to the rim, throw it up with the left hand and hit the shot. Velez with his 8th point. He just averages 3 points a game. Burns picks up his dribble. Now you can dribble there. I don't think he remembered that. Sage right to the hoop on Velez. Throws it up off the backboard and rebounded by Cunningham. He'll give it to Davis, and Davis will he'll start the offense. He'll pull up, shoot a 15-footer off the front of the rim. Tipped out of bounds by Velez. And the ball will go back to Elkhart with 5:17 to play here in our final quarter from the Culver Regional. That's the end of this game. If you're planning on sticking around to watch the next game, we will have to check off for about 5 to 7 minutes to reset our computers and get all our technical stuff ready as we get ready for the second game here at the Regional. Sage with it back to Burns. Burns going to have to get across that timeline. They barely make it again as Sage with the ball, and he'll kick it to Burns. 6-point game. Sage with it. He'll shoot the three-pointer. That was right on. Hit the side of the rim and rebounded by Davis. Davis quickly up the court. He'll kick it the outside to Hayes. Hayes will stop. He'll wait, and they'll set the offense up. Coach Rodney Williams wants his team to slow down, set their offense. Davis will go left, and he'll get the baseline. Nobody cuts him off, and right to the hoop, and he's hacked on the arm by Jackson Clark. So Davis back at the line shooting 2 free throws. Davis at the line shooting. And he's good with his 19th point. Second one coming. And good as well. And he's got 20. Burns cut off by Hayes. He'll turn, gets bumped. No call, all the way across court. But there's another turnover. And Davis with the ball now for 21st Century. 21st Century on the season, 21-6. They got here by wins over Washington Township, Morgan Township, and they beat Westville in the championship at the Tri-County sectional. Davis with it, back to Hayes. Hayes over to Golson. Golson will drive in the lane, gets a step off the backboard and hits the shot. His 13th point. We got a whistle on the court as the ball kind of got deflected away, and it's a 10-point lead, and Elkhart will take one of their final 2 timeouts. We'll take a timeout. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
3:57 to play here in our final quarter in our first game at the Culver Regional. It's 21st Century leading Elkhart Christian Academy by 10, 55-45. This game was close 2 minutes ago, and the turnover bug once again hitting Elkhart as they keep turning it over, and it's led to the big lead now by 21st Century. The winner of this game will take on Blackhawk Christian or Covenant Christian at 7 o'clock tonight here on SummitCitySports.com. It'll be Clark to inbounds, and he'll throw it to Sage. Sage back to Burns. Burns will bring it up, come down the right side, cut inside, gets knocked to the ground, and they will call a foul. It'll be a bunch of players just falling. I think everybody got their legs tangled up in there. Hayes and Velez along with Burns, and Burns will go to the line to shoot 2. So the senior at the line, he's done a nice job there. He's perfect 6 for 6. Some confusion here. Got to get all the players down on the foul line on the blocks. As it will be John Burns at the line to shoot 2 for the Eagles. Go eye the first and in and out. I want to thank our sponsors today, the Fort Wayne Comets, Big Eyed Fish, the Mad Ants, and of course, Parkview Sports Medicine. Our second one on the way. It's good. And the lead down to 9. Will Elkhart have to go to Hack-a-Shack here shortly? They elect to, not yet. It'll be John L. Davis, guarded by Burns. He picks up his dribble and gives it to Hayes. Hayes standing out by midcourt, now to Golston. Golston back to Davis, guarded by Burns, and he'll go, and he's going to be fouled by number 10, John Burns, and that's his 4th. So at the line shooting 1-on-1 will be Davis. Davis already with 20 points. Make it 21 for the sophomore. And 22. So the senior stepping up here, or the sophomore stepping up here from the foul line late in the game. 11-point lead, 3:20 to play. Burns against Hayes. Now to Sage. Sage cross court to Arter. Arter will launch a 3. No good, and off of, it's going to go off of Golston as he and Cunningham went after the ball, and it just tipped out of bounds, and then he threw it over here to the Blackhawk crowd as John Burns for Elkhart will inbounds. Elkhart on the season, 19-6 overall. Inbounds to Sage. He'll spot up. Nope, he'll get trapped and hits Burns. Burns won't shoot. He'll drive. Jump stop in the lane. Deflected and a turnover. And the other way now for John L. Davis and the 21st Century Cougars. Davis dribbles at the hoop. Misses. Rebounded by Velez. He misses. And it's rebounded by Burns. Clark will launch a 3. That's no good as John L. Davis will come up with the rebound. 21st Century with the ball. 2:20 to play. They lead by 11. Hayes with the ball, dribbling way out top. Burns on him. He'll drive. He's cut. Kicks it outside to Cunningham. He'll launch a 3 and good. And that'll about do it for, I would think this lead is insurmountable now for Elkhart. You see a lot of the guys breathing very heavily. They've played these same players for the majority of the second half with very few subs. Arter with the long 3. No good. Rebounded by Velez. His 6th rebound off the bench. 1:50 to play. It's a 14-point lead for 21st Century. Head coach Ryan Culp not yelling for his guys to foul. And you see John Burns. He's completely exhausted. Another 3 by Cunningham from the right baseline. And a timeout on the court, the final timeout for, I believe, the Eagles. It's a full timeout. Actually, we'll stay right here with 1:38 to play. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, Parkview Sports Medicine is the new go-to for all your local sports with scores and highlights for all area schools. Parkview Sports Medicine wants to celebrate the accomplishments of the athletes on and off the court. To make Parkview Sports Medicine a part of your team, give us a call at 260-266-4007 or log on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Let's do a quick update here, see if I can get a score from the Logansport Regional. At the last check, it was a close game between Northside and Zionsville. It's a Northside with a come from behind win. They defeat Zionsville 55-51, and they will play the winner of Homestead and Carmel at 8 o'clock tonight down at Logansport. So Shabazz Khalik's Legends take care of business in the first game, and they will advance to the championship tonight. It'll be Elkhart ball. They trail now 63-46. I'm sure Coach Rodney Williams told his 21st Century team, no fouls. I'm surprised they actually haven't backed off from this full court press. It'll be John Burns to bring it up. They'll have Hayes guarding him. Cross the timeline, and he'll look inside to Sage. Sage outside to Arter. Arter launches a three off the side of the rim and rebounded by Golson. And they'll call a foul, I believe, on Weston Sage. They'll go the other way and shoot foul shots. Sage will pick up his third. So it'll be 1-1 for the senior, DeAndre Golston. Golston's first one up and good. Nida back into the game, and Clar checks out for Elkhart. The lead continues to expand here for 21st Century. Another foul shot up and good for the senior. The lead now 19. It'll be Arter to Burns. 1 minute to play here in the regional. Pull-up jumper there, no good by Maxwell, and rebounded by Golson. Golson, one more rebound, puts him in double-double range. Actually, check that. He is in double-double range. He has 10 boards as he'll go to the hoop, kick it outside to Cunningham. He launches a three. Good. Cunningham with his fourth three-pointer. 68-46 with less than a minute to play. Sage will drive baseline. Nobody picks him up. He'll go strong to the hoop, and he'll dunk it again. Weston Sage with his third dunk of the game. 20-point lead. 21st Century now can feel it. They're going to head to tonight's championship game. They will play at 7 o'clock, and an official comes over to talk to Hayes and tells him no more talking. The official timeout. As I believe we want to get a sub in here. The Eagles number Charlie Maxwell checks in, and I believe his brother will check out, Jacob Maxwell, the senior, and some more subs will check in now. Number 20 will replace Bryce Corson, will come in and replace John Burns. Number 32, Desmond Wilkins Maxwell will come in, and he will replace Arter. And number 42 into the lineup, Jahimiak will replace Sage. And Mitchell into the game for the Cougars. So all the subs are into the game now, and we'll finish up the final 23 seconds here. We're at the end of the game. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, I will have the official scoring here from the Culver Regional. As Hayes will go to the bucket. He's cut off, dribble back out. And Mitchell with the ball. And that will do it. Looks like our final score here will be 68-48. 21st Century. They'll advance to the 7 o'clock championship game tonight. So that will do it here from our first game. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. I'll come back with the final thoughts and the individual scoring. You're watching high school basketball from Culver Community High School on SummitCitySports.com.
You're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
Welcome back to Culver Community High School, where 21st Century beats Elkhart Christian by 20, 68-48. Here's your scoring first for the Elkhart Christian Academy Eagles. They'll finish the season at 19-7 for Ryan Culp's team. They got 18 from Gabe Arter, 7 from John Burns, Jacob Maxwell with 4, Luke Burns with 1, Weston Sage with 15, and Jackson Clark with 2. For 21st Century, they'll improve to 22-6, and they'll take on the winner of our second game between Covenant Christian Academy out of Indianapolis or Blackhawk Christian out of Fort Wayne. For Coach Rodney Williams, he got scoring from a lot of players tonight. He got 2 from Lomax, 6 from Rogers, 2 from Torrance Hayes, 2 from Taiwan Hayes. He got 8 from Velez off the bench. He also picked up 6 rebounds, 15 from DeAndre Golston, and he had a double-double, 15 and 10, 10 boards, 12 points from Melvin Cunningham off the bench, and all of those three-pointers. He was 4 for 6 from downtown. But your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game is John L. Davis with 22 points and 6 boards for the Cougars. So they will advance to tonight's championship game, and that game will be live here on Summit City Sports starting at 6:50. So that does it for our first game. For my cameraman Patrick Reith, I'm Ryan Dellinger, and you've been watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but it's broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.